The Bitcoin party is on, breaking one all-time high after another. Wow, we're going to the moon. But cannot say the same thing about the altcoins. What is going on? This is what is going on, guys. Bitcoin dominance on the rise again. But what is going on? This was supposed to be the altcoin season. Not for now, guys. We'll have to wait until tomorrow. I'll tell you later why, but not for now. On my last video, we explained that one cycle behind, we experienced again the same exact thing at the end of the halving year. Everything seemed like the altcoin season is going on, but again, Bitcoin dominance had its final rally and then the altcoin season began. This time might be exactly the same. Now it's time to see the reason why. Tomorrow is the big day. It's the FOMC meeting. Everybody is expecting for the Fed to reduce the interest rates by 25 basis points. This is 99.1% sure that this will happen. But is that enough for the altcoin season? My answer is no, depending on the history. Take a close look, please, at this phrase right over here. This is from the last FOMC meeting, if I remember correct. Yes, on the 7th of November. The committee will continue reducing its holding of treasury securities and agency debt and agency mortgage-backed securities, meaning Fed is still on QT, quantitative tightening, until the Fed pivots to QE, which means quantitative easing, depending obviously on the history, because every time that the Fed had pivoted to QE, then the real bull market and the altcoin season is on. So all eyes on tomorrow's FOMC meeting to see if the Fed stops reducing its balance sheet and pivots to QE. Don't worry, I'm right over here. I just want you to see the whole picture when we have big graphics. This is the miner revenue, something that typically takes a hit after a Bitcoin halving event. This has bounced back to 47.6 million daily, hitting levels we last saw back in the 2018. Now, why this is significant? Because it signals strength, guys. Look at this. Miners are still profitable despite receiving fewer rewards, showing that network demand and activity remains strong. It's also a reminder that miner revenue often correlates with the broader market trend. So this kind of recovery, guys, could point towards a potential uptrend in Bitcoin's price. Can you see this correlation between Coinbase stock and Bitcoin's price? Both right now are on the potential breakout. This dashboard uses various metrics to access where we are in the Bitcoin market cycle. It seems like we're not at the top yet. According to this data, this means that Bitcoin has still room to grow before we hit the peak of this cycle. There's also a heat map which shows the intensity of market activity, guys. Look at these two previously bull markets. The colors indicate how heated the market is. Right now, it's not showing the extreme highs we've seen in previous two cycles, suggesting the market is still in a growth phase rather than in a bubble where we have to sell and run. But how early are we? I will give you the data and that's for you to decide. Bitcoin right now is at a similar stage of growth of what the internet was on 1999, guys. What does this S-curve showing to us? Pretty simple, that Bitcoin is still in its early stages of adoption like the internet was in 1999. And I have great news for you guys. DeFi is back. This suggests that after some time in the shadows, decentralized finance is making a strong comeback. We really like this as airdrop hunters, as DeFi users. It is because people found out after the hyper liquid airdrop that they can still making their trades on the decentralized exchanges. Who really knows? But we're very glad to see that DeFi is coming back. This is an exceptional tweet post from ILO. What do we see here, guys? You're going to miss 95% of the coins that pump in the next month. Don't get FOMO, please. You will see people making 100x's, 1000x's. Don't get FOMO. Leave these trains. They departed from the station. Search for new trends. Look at this, for example. Solana from 7 billion to 75 billion in 6 months. There will always be opportunities, especially in the last part of the bull market. This is where the magic happens. Look at this. pullbacks in bull markets happen very often. Again, don't get FOMO. You'll have your chance. You will find the next coin. Don't run behind a coin that has already 1000x. After Google has announced their new quantum chip, people have started panicking that these new quantum computers can break Bitcoin's encryption code, which is RSA 2048 and SHA 256. Guys, you need to relax, because if the new quantum computers manage to crack Bitcoin, this is game over for everything on this world. Banking system, defense mechanism of countries, stock exchanges, everything will be broken before Bitcoin is really broken. You can see here why. On the first, we have government and bank spaghetti code from 1962, and then we have an open source GitHub repo that the smartest people on the planet are building. So first, we have at least 5 years before we even think of Bitcoin getting cracked, and secondly, all the other major things on this planet will be cracked first. But you know how this world works. When there's a threat, always there's an opportunity. For example, quantum resistant ledger, a crypto project that focuses on building a quantum proof network. Isn't that great? A member from our community sent me a text on Instagram and told me a while ago about this project, and now again he told me, have you seen the QRL run? Do you want to see the QRL run? Let's go. This is exactly what we call a gold candle. Look at this price action. This is really unbelievable. But right now I'm coming back to the FOMO explanation I gave a little bit earlier. Am I going to buy this right now? No. I have lost the run of this coin. I'm going to search for the new one or wait for it to pull back, I don't know, to 0.80, anything. I don't get FOMO in right now. There will be more quantum proof tokens and networks. Switching gears to Bitcoin news right now. Enough with the on-chain stuff. And BlackRock says 1 and 2% is a reasonable Bitcoin portfolio allocation. BlackRock is an entity that manages 10 trillion assets. I will let you do the math and tell me if this is really big or not. Meanwhile, the new president confirms the Bitcoin reserve plans, which is 15 trillions. It remains to be seen if this actually happens, but if this happens, game theory is on. Run to buy your last Bitcoins. I've been talking about the incoming supply crunch on Bitcoin a long time ago. Here is it unfolding in front of our eyes. Bitcoin price going up, but the Bitcoin balance on exchanges hits again all-time lows. We will be searching for new Bitcoins within Microsoft. This is real. This time is coming. We had the highest daily close in history, new all-time highs again, and more to come. This is 100% sure. I remember the last couple of weeks how all the longs, the long leverage longs got liquidated. Don't you think that this is the time to liquidate some shorts? I don't know, I'm just saying at 115,000 there's a lot of shorts that can be liquidated. Let's see. And to talk about Microstrategy, we had great news. They finally managed to get inside the QQQ, the Nasdaq index. This is great news. That means constant demand for Microstrategy. That means constant demand for Bitcoin. Remember, all-time lows in exchanges, the supply crunch we were talking about, yes, this is coming, this is fantastic news. And boom, again from Microstrategy, they managed to acquire again more Bitcoin. Where are the news right now? Okay, this is not news. This is something he does every second on third Monday. This is really unbelievable. This is our private Discord where I bought Microstrategy at 385 because the NAV premium was below 2. This was a great opportunity for buying Microstrategy. Right now we're going to 434. We can be even more or even less by the time you see this video, but Microstrategy on 385 was a great buying opportunity. I let all the community know with this post. If you want to access our Discord, link on the description for my website. You can go to the subscription page and here you can see how you can get access to our Discord page. This is the place to be for Web3 and for hunting a lot of airdrops. Switching gears now to talk about the black hole, as James called it. This is Solana, and we have amazing news. This is the first time in history that Solana beats Ethereum in the number of new developers that join the chain. Can you really believe this? Obviously, Ethereum still has the biggest number of developers, but the inflows of new developers on 2024 was the biggest on Solana than any other chain. This confirms the black theory of Solana. It will suck everything in it. And not only developers are bridging to Solana, guess what? Also funds are bridging to Solana. Over 30 million has been bridged over to Solana in the last week. Only in the last week. This source coming from GBridge and Wormhole through Artemis. Oh my god, everything is going there. 2024 was the biggest year for Solana, and look at all these metrics. These are the metrics that Solana has flipped Ethereum on this year. 2025 Solana flips Ethereum at all. Alright, I don't know, it remains to be seen. We hit an all-time high for number of transactions and total value lock on this chain. They're going after every record right now, and Solana captures 53 of all the global layer 1 fee pool. And everyone was telling they're so cheap, they cannot keep up, they don't have revenue. They make it up with volume, a giant volume, as you can see. Nearly 80% of all the DEX transaction for cryptocurrencies is happening on Solana right now. You are getting it, right? Do you see what I see? Switching gears to the last part of our video, macro. Things are getting worse. You can understand why. Nothing changes. New record in global debt. This is beyond imagination. We have hit more than $322 trillion in debt. Do you know what is happening on your fiat currencies? You can see this, that fiat currencies are melting ice cubes on the desert. Yes, you can understand right. The only solution, the only real money in this world is Bitcoin. Normally, the 10-year treasury yield must be more than the 3-month because investors are taking extra risk because the time horizon is longer. As you can see, this is the normal. Since 2022, we have an inverted yield curve. What does this mean? The 3-month treasury offers more yield than the 10-year. This is not normal, and when things getting back on the positive right over here, this is where typically a recession is about to begin according to the history. Not 100%, but this has a great success rate. And now the spread between 10-year and 3-month is positive again. What does this mean? It remains to be seen if we have a recession in the near future. Things are not looking great in the labor market. US facing a significant economic downturn, hitting a drop in job openings from 12 million to 7.4 million as evidence. This suggests a cooling labor market, potentially significant economic contraction. Do you think that the situation in Europe is better? Guess what? This is even worse. 33 European companies have defaulted on their debt. This is really sad. This is the most since 2020 crisis, and this is way above the great financial crisis of 2008. More shrinking European economies. The third largest economy, Germany, is in a recession. Things are getting worse and worse. Same goes for UK. Look at this. The economy shrunk by 0.1% in October, the second consecutive month of contraction. This is a global disaster, and that is why we do Bitcoin. Everything you saw on this video is for entertainment purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a guy on the internet. That was it, my lovely people. If you found all this information useful, please like this video. It costs 0 gas fees. Always a nice comment is appreciated, and of course subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and we'll be back tomorrow because we have a lot of airdrop updates. See you then here at Airdrop Hunters.